Hey, good morning. Welcome to the weekly Wednesday Breakthrough Bite. I'm Carolyn Bishop, your business with balance coach. This is take two. This is take two. I did this in the business moment with balance group this morning, and then I put in the recording and had it all there, and I had gone live. And so then I went back to see the recording, and it was 2 minutes long. My internet cut apparently and just chopped it off. So take two, but now we're coming into the profile, we're coming into the group, we're sharing this everywhere because I realized that that happened for a reason, that this can be beneficial for anybody, whether or not you are a coach or a leader for others. This is actually really beneficial for anyone watching. So I thought I'd share this here as well. So, because this is take two, we got to redo this. So what I want to do with you today, it is a week till Christmas. Today is 1 week until Christmas. This is such an amazing time of year. It's kind of where things can be winding down or winding up, depending on how prepped you are as you approach it. But what my brain starts to do, because my business does start to wind down, what I'm gearing up for is New Year's events and New Year's trainings and master classes and kickoff events that I do with my clients. And so I'm really starting to think about the new year. And what that means to me is looking back a little bit on 2024, where I was, what I went through, what I experienced, what I learned, what I grew from, the good things, the other things. And that's what we're going to actually look at today, is how to head into the new year, 2025, this year, feeling light, feeling free, feeling focused, and feeling like, all right, I've got this, and not carrying the stuff that didn't happen. So 2024 maybe for you was an amazing year, or maybe it wasn't. But I think for most of us, there's always the good and there's the other. Now, what we're going to do is you're going to need to do this exercise. I'm going to walk you through this pretty quickly, give you the outline. My sister actually kind of mentioned about this, and I was like, oh my gosh, what a brilliant exercise. So I'm going to share this with other people. Is a piece of paper. You can't do this on your computer. You can't do it on an electronic notebook. It's got to be a piece of paper. So you're going to need to build out a piece of paper and a pen, scrap, whatever you've got available. Throw a line down the middle, and then what I want you to title on one side is the good, and on the other side, the other. Now, notice that I didn't call it the good and the bad. Here's why. Every experience that we have, every event that happens, every happening in our world, we can see it as good and we can see it as bad. But really, anytime, if you look back on your life, the bad things were either learning, they were growth, or they were maybe we don't even know why or where from. But I like to believe that if something didn't go the way that we wanted it to, that it was protecting us from, if it had gone that way, that it wouldn't have been good, or it might not have been that. So I like to look at anything that maybe was not exactly how I wanted it to unroll, to be something that was either learning, was growth, or was a protection that I don't know about. And so that's why we're going to call it the other instead of the good. And so grab a piece of paper, grab a pen, because you're going to come up with ideas as I run through this really quickly to start this off. Because what we're going to do then is we are going to release the stuff we don't want to take into 2025, and we're going to keep and move forward and grow and build and catapult from the stuff that we do want to take into 2025. So here's what I want to give you some real life examples. So what you want to do is go through your year, just thinking, and it doesn't have to be any order. If you want to be, you can go like in order, logical. You can go through your calendar and go, what happened in January, what happened in February, what happened in March, what happened in April, etc. And you can go through all the months, or you can just let it roll off your brain, because what we want to do, the whole point, is to release what's inside of us so that we're not carrying it into 2025, except as a sort of propulsion. So I want you to start thinking about what happened in 2024. And with your pen, you're going to either write good, or you're going to write it in the other column. And some of these things will trigger the other column, and that's good. A lot of times we suppress the other. A lot of times we don't acknowledge the bad things. We don't want to give power to them. We don't want to, that's good. Like that's good. We don't want it to control our life, the other, the bad, the stuff that we didn't love, but we don't want to carry it. So I do want you to let yourself, as you're doing this exercise, bring it up, bring it out, and put it down on the paper. You don't have to go through all the emotions again. You don't have to go through all the thinking, but I want you to just write it down, acknowledge it. So I'm going to give you just kind of an everyday example on the good side. Okay, this year, Jake, my son, he graduated high school. There's a good graduation. Yay! And then my brain goes, oh my gosh, do you remember how hot it was sitting in the sun? And I could write on the other side, hot. Okay, it doesn't have to be super descriptive. You're just going to be like, notice what your brain is doing and write it down. So with his graduation, what I was getting to is Jake got into college, okay? But the exciting part of it, what was so good, is that he got recruited for basketball. That's been one of his dreams. We've been hoping for it. He's put so much work and effort into it. He got recruited to a college basketball team. That's going to go on the good side. Now, what happened is the second official practice of the season, Jake wrecked his ankle. And he ended up getting x-rays and MRIs and all this stuff because, oh my gosh, his ankle was huge and he couldn't play and he missed the first games of the season. He didn't get to play in the tournament and it's been this long healing process and he's still in a little bit of pain. Now he's playing, yay! And so I could put on the good side, playing, yay! But he's still sore after every game on the other side. And like, can you see, like I can just go through these memories and what I want you to do is write other. Anything that's kind of like, oh, I wish that hadn't happened, or I'd love to release that. And then good, all the good stuff. So there's one example. I could take Katie then too, my daughter. Katie was, I'm just going to put AOTY. She was Artist of the Year for Nationals for dance. She was the Teen Artist of the Year. And so she got crowned. This actually happened in 2023, but it carried into 2024. She got crowned. She was getting all this Hollywood stuff. She was getting photo shoots. She was getting invited places. Like there were so many amazing experiences. It was awesome. And we also had to do a lot of travel. And my brain goes, oh my gosh, like, do you remember all the travel? Do you remember the 5 a.m. days that went till 11 p.m. at night? Okay, that she had to be up, dressed in makeup, 5 a.m. for some stuff, and she would go all the way through to 11 p.m. at night. Then she'd get back and she was hungry and she was tired. And then I'd be trying to force her to eat because she hadn't eaten all day long. And then we get into fights and like, okay, so my brain is remembering both the good and the other. That's what I want you to do. Write it down. Now, this doesn't have to just be your personal life. This could be something like, I'm going to go into something. I'm not a political person at all, but let's say that you were really happy with the presidential election results this year. You could write that in the good, but maybe in the other, what happened is some people you knew weren't really happy with it. And maybe your friendship is a little bit strained, or you went through all those negative comments on your feed or something like that, or the other way around. Maybe you were really unhappy with the presidential election results. So you would write that in the other, but maybe in the good, it bonded you some friendships of other people you found out believed, had similar beliefs to you in the good. So everything is going to have a good and an other. So just run through your year, run through all your experiences, write down the good, write down the other, bring them up and out. The whole point is to release the other. And I'm going to show you the final step we're going to do that. Release the other. So is this making sense? If you're with me and you're watching still, okay, say yes, got it. Okay. Good, other, good, other. Just give me something to let me know that you're here with me and that this is making sense. Or if you have questions, put them in as well. Because here's the final step. Now, again, you can do this. This could be events that happen in society. This could be personal events. This could be relationships. This could be for those of you who are in business like I am. Maybe it could be promises that you made to yourself that you kept, promises that you didn't keep. It could be goals that you went for, goals that you didn't get. It could be clients that were amazing. It could be those thoughts of, oh, but I didn't get enough. Like, just listen to your brain and let it all out. We just want to recognize, acknowledge it, go with it. And then what we're going to do, reaching into my drawer here, is once you've got that and you feel kind of like it's there, it's out, what you can think of right now, because you can do this in stages. You could do a little today, you could do a little tomorrow, you could do next week, or you could just do a great big sit down. But then what you're going to do is you're going to cut it in half. So you have the good and you have the other. Okay. Now the good, this is what we want to carry into 2025. This is what we want to bring with us. So we are going to keep that. We're going to keep that and be like, oh, that's right. Jake graduated and then he got recruited in basketball and he's been playing. And that's so awesome. And Katie got Artist of the Year and she had all those photo shoots and like just all the good stuff. And oh, I had that new client. She's so amazing. And I hit that goal in my business and like all the good stuff. We want to keep that and carry that to catapult from that in 2025, right? It could just be like, hey, I'm feeling healthier. I'm feeling happier. I'm feeling good. I'm doing a really great morning ritual. I'm doing this exercise. Good for me. That's a good in 2024. And then we're going to take the other, because it's not bad. It's either learning, it's growth, or it's maybe protected us from something that we don't even understand yet, but that's okay. And there's a couple things you can do. If you're doing this on an ongoing basis, like a little today, a little tomorrow, it might just be easy to be like, all right, I am releasing this. I am so thankful for this. Let me get rid of that. But my favorite way, and what I do, if you notice, I was saying, I'm releasing it, I'm getting rid of it. And I also want you to add in, and I'm thankful for this. I learned from this, I grew from this. Like, bring it into a positive light with your gratitude for the good and the bad, because or not the bad, the other can also bring us to a place of, oh, okay, now I know how I want to progress. It's learning, right? It's experiences, it's growth, or maybe it protected us again. The other thing you can do is you can burn this. That's why I call it the good, the other, the burn. Okay. Where you get to release it, watch it dissolve, watch it fly off into the ashes, watch it. You could throw this into your fireplace. You can be careful. Don't play with matches, but wherever you can, burn this and release it with gratitude for what's happened, with gratitude for the growth that it brought, with gratitude for the learning that it provided, with gratitude that maybe it's just done, the gratitude that or for the gratitude that was there that maybe isn't now, and just release it. And the gratitude, if you don't understand why something happened and it feels very heavy for you, release it going, I don't know why it happened, but I'm grateful for whatever it is that it's protecting me from or bringing me towards, and release it. And this is the stuff we're going to leave behind and not bring into 2025. And this is what we're going to keep and grow from and catapult our results from and our enjoyment from. And that is the exercise I want to challenge you to do. Simple. Piece of paper, line down the middle, the good, the other, and just start thinking about your year, writing down both columns, cut them in half, keep the good to refer to, reflect on, and you can burn the other stuff today, tomorrow, the next day, or if you want, you could even make this a New Year's Eve ritual or like a little celebration and a little exercise that you do on New Year's Eve. So I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Merry Christmas. If I'm not back here between now and then, enjoy the holidays, enjoy the time with your loved ones, enjoy the time of slowing down and reflection and the ability to just really be grateful for who you are, where you're at, what's happened, what's not happened, all of it. It's all for our good, for our growth, for our extension. And 2025 is going to be an amazing year. All right. Merry Christmas. I will see you soon. Have a great day.